What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, CamATL, and welcome back to another NBA High Five video with your boy. Drop a like down below, comment anything in the comment section, and enter your name into the $50 giveaway I do every single week on this channel. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, all that good stuff. Thank you guys for joining me as always. I'm not going to keep up too much of your time. You guys know how I like to do my videos in and out. Just going to talk about the high five, the five guys that I like starting your little core out with early on in the day. As you guys know, NBA of all sports is incredibly important to pay attention all throughout the day. Okay, first look lineups just to get you kind of started on ideas of how to attack the slate, which players to like early on. But as the slate goes on, I mean, there's even a possibility if a ton of information comes out later that none of these high five will be in the final lineup that I make. So it just really has to do with the information coming. But as of right now, with the information I have available to me, I'm able to give you guys a starting core for the day to get you guys on your way to having some success on this slate on Friday. All right, so let's head into the weekend with a big W tonight. We have an 11 game slate today, so let's get into it. So first person I want to talk about is at point guard. Obviously, Denver is missing a lot. Okay, and with that being said, I'm expecting Bones Highland to start at point. I love Bones Highland. He's a fantastic option, probably a lock for me at 5K, no matter what information comes out. I love him. The matchup against Dallas is a tough one, but with Jamal Murray out, Jokic out. I mean, there's just a ton out for Denver. A lot of usage off the floor. Bones Highland is going to be a fantastic option, so I'm not going to even spend much time explaining him. He's obvious. The next guy that I want to go with is going to be Jalen Green. I love this Houston Pacers game. This Houston Pacers game is definitely where I want some exposure. Immediate looks at it, it's like, okay, both defenses are not good. Both teams play fast. I love this spot for both of them. So I really want exposure to both sides. Jalen Green at 6'5" just feels too cheap for me. Like I just really love him. I feel like 36 is probably a solid prediction for him, and that's almost 6x. So I love Jalen Green, and he can also get a ton more in this matchup as well. So Jalen Green definitely sticks out to me as a solid play tonight. At center, I'm gonna go DeAndre Ayton. Utah has been really bad at stopping guys down low. I talked about Kelly Olynyk being a struggling down low against these guys. Okay, his defense has been struggling. He's been allowing the most shot attempts against him, most shot attempts made, all that stuff. So center DeAndre Ayton should be able to have a solid game here at 6'2". He's just too cheap. I feel good for 6x for sure in this matchup. I love this spot for him. Now he hasn't been having the greatest season. He has been up and down, but this is a spot for him to get right for sure. Okay, so I really like this spot for DeAndre Ayton. And like I said, 6x is all we really are looking for here. 36, definitely attainable. All right, I talked about the Pacers Houston game. I love Tyrese Halliburton. Tyrese Halliburton on the other side of that game, running back Jalen Green. I love Halliburton. You know what? Let me finish it up too. I got another guy as well. Miles Turner. These guys just feel too kind of just they're in such amazing spots that in cash games especially they just feel super safe. Like Miles Turner has been amazing lately. Tyrese Halliburton has had a great season, and the matchups against Houston is the best matchup you can ask for in a very good game environment. Okay, Tyrese Halliburton, solid usage, solid fantasy points per minute for the Pacers. At 9.2, I have him projected over 5x. Miles Turner, another solid spot. I have him projected over 5x. Both of these guys are really popping for me in this game environment. And like I said, the Pacers in Houston is definitely where I like to get some exposure today in DFS. Obviously, as the day goes on, if we have a bunch of injury news come up and stuff like that, things might change. But as of right now, we've got Bones Highland at point, no Jamal Murray, no Jokic. Beautiful spot for him at 5K. Jalen Green, amazing game environment with Houston and the Pacers, one of my favorite games to attack early on. Jalen Green is fantastic at 6'5", really good usage, like 30% usage rate out of him here. And Kevin Porter's questionable. Kevin Porter misses, he's even more of a lock. DeAndre Ayton against centers, against Olynyk, going against Utah, who struggles against centers. Olynyk has not been able to stop bigs this season. DeAndre Ayton at 6'2". I feel good for a 36 put up here in this one. So I love DeAndre Ayton for 6x. Tyrese Halliburton kind of runs back that Houston love. You know what I mean? Halliburton's in a fantastic spot at 9-2. This dude does so much on the floor. He's been incredibly consistent. He's gotten under 40 only one time this entire season. Majority of the time he's hitting 5x this price every single time. His price was 9.3 in his last game. It dropped in a game against Houston. So it's a fantastic spot for Tyrese Halliburton in this one. Amazing matchup. Fred VanVleet dropped over 54, almost 55 against this Houston squad. I mean, it's come on. It's pretty safe to me. I mean, he's like I said, he's had one game under 40, and he got a 29 against Brooklyn. All right. Outside of that, incredibly consistent. Over 40 every time, over 50s. Like, he's just a solid, solid contributor. And Miles Turner, since he's been back, has been fantastic as well. Over the last 5 games, 31, 62, 40, 37, 46. Like, he's got the upside of the 60s range, and he's going against Houston, a great matchup. I love this spot. Last year when they faced Houston, when Miles Turner faced Houston, he got 53. Okay. Now his fantasy points per minute is higher this season than it was last season. He has been looking great. A great matchup against Houston. Yeah, I really like Miles Turner. He's gotten over 50 twice already in the short season that we've had. Almost three over 50 with the 46 against Charlotte in the last game. So, like, three out of like the 7 starts that he's had has gone over 50 almost. So I really like Miles Turner a lot against Houston. And that's it, y'all. Highland, Green, Ayton, Halliburton, and Turner is the high five. Remember, keep track of injury updates. This is just kind of an early core to get you started on the day as injury news comes out and stuff like that. There could even be one of these guys ruled out. Just like the other day, who did I have in the lineup that was ruled out shortly after I posted? I can't remember his name, but I posted my high five video, and then shortly after, like 30 minutes to an hour later, one of the guys was ruled out. You got to keep an eye on it. I can't, like, I don't know the future for all these guys. If somebody's ruled out, obviously you're gonna have to make pivots and keep up with it. NBA is incredibly important. You keep up with things as the day goes on. So this is just to get you guys started. Good luck tonight. Let's have an amazing Friday heading into the weekend. Thank you guys for joining me as always. GreenlightDFS.com. Join the squad, and let's get it. I'm out.